Hey guys, we've just come back from watching the midnight screening of the latest MCU movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. So we're going to just get straight into our non-spoiler review to give you guys our thoughts on the movie and if it lives up to the hype. And it's really hyped up, so we'll let you know. Stay tuned for our spoiler review coming out soon. But before we start, please like, subscribe, and share, and comment down below with your thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine. How excited are you to see it? Okay, so first of all, this movie is, can I say extremely hyped? I feel like it is fair to say it is extremely
Mm.
hyped. It is definitely very different from kind of the other movies that we've seen in the MCU. So that is a tick instantly. Whether it's worth the hype, yeah, in a sense it is. But I feel like don't have your expectations too high as well, is fair to say. But yeah, I want to start with the pros first. First of all, it's amazing just getting to see Deadpool again. He's just like such a cool character. And it's just great getting to see him in this different environment. Like, usually he's with the people he loves, and we see that, in the trailers and stuff. So it's really different getting to see that. He's in a different environment, especially with his hero, Wolverine, which was an amazing team up, just getting to see both of them together. And yeah, it's a really good story. When it first started, I was like, oh no, what on earth is going on? I was like, does that even make sense? But it all comes together really nicely and it begins straight away. Like you're thrust straight into it. It doesn't hang around and, take its time. It's fast paced. It's constantly moving. I know some people probably will have problems with it, but I feel like the pacing was absolutely amazing. Another standout thing for me was the music. I don't know, I feel like it could go to either way for people. Like people either love it or they'll hate it. And I don't know, like I'd heard reviews and people were a bit, not sure how they felt about it. But I have to say, just from that first beginning, that song at the beginning, Grace knows what I'm talking about. I was honestly jamming to it. The soundtrack was really good and it fit in really well. I feel like sometimes it was quite loud, the music, sometimes at some point. Another thing I feel like we spoke about quite a bit is about the villain during the Marvels review that we did. So, Cassandra. She's better than the villain that we had in the Marvels, whose name I cannot remember, but she's definitely not as good as the High Evolutionary. What I liked about her is her powers. The way they visualized it absolutely freaked me out, and I'm gonna try and say this without no spoilers, but it absolutely freaked me out.
Yeah.
Like the way she moved and all that kind of stuff, like it was really good. I feel like there could have been a bit more development to her story. It was very brief, but to be honest, I'm not gonna complain because the Marvels really did that villain dirty. But yeah, I feel like the villain was pretty good. Nothing amazing, but yeah, she was really good. In terms of the characters, I already spoke about Deadpool and spoke about Wolverine briefly, but yeah, it was really good getting to see him. I've never been a massive fan of the original X-Men films and stuff, and I always thought it was too much Wolverine. But I have to say, the way that they've done Wolverine in this movie was really well. Like they made him into a character that I actually didn't mind watching, which is strange because I only really like the X-Men animated series and the X-Men 97 version of Wolverine. So it's really good getting to see this different Wolverine. But yeah, all in all, the movie is quite good. In terms of cameos, of course, I don't want to say who, what, whatever.
Well,
I mean, I had heard everybody that was going to appear, so I kind of already knew. But seeing Grace's expressions was great. I think definitely lower your expectations because if you've heard some of the plot leaks and stuff, there's like 20 odd characters and stuff, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but just lower your expectations down. Like, don't get too hyped up and stuff. Just enjoy it for what it is, and it's really a it's a memory of all of these different movies and like getting to see like even one of the teasers that they put out of like the different Wolverines and like you're not the different Wolverines, but like the different like times in Logan's life, the Logan that we saw in the movies before. Like so just take it all in. It's a really well put together movie. It's got its comedic elements, but it isn't overshadowed by the heartbreaking, heartwarming moments and like the whoa and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of emotions going in, so I think they balanced that really well. I feel like there could have been a lot more fourth wall kind of stuff. Like I feel like there wasn't a lot of that, but yeah, all in all, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say I feel like they were doing I don't know how to put it without giving spoilers, but I feel like there's a lot more that they could have done with the story at certain points and certain elements that could have just brought it out. The fight scenes were amazing and stuff, but I feel like there are certain elements of it that they definitely could have done more to. But in terms of just being a movie in the MCU in Phase 5 and comparing it to stuff we had in Phase 4, I really do think it's like one of the ones up there, definitely.
I have to agree. It's I would say it's a really fun film. Like I know I agree with Emily that you don't have to get your expectations high for this, but I would say you would definitely enjoy yourself. And there's a lot of like good humor in this. I miss the characters. Like Deadpool always gets me laughing with the dark humor, and he's just a really great character. Like he just swings in and kills and just makes jokes, and yeah, just good. I love that we get to bring back Hugh Jackman in as a Wolverine because I cried when he died in Logan, and hearing that he's back again, I was like, whoa, seriously? Like, but it was great seeing him again, and I love the chemistry together. Like Deadpool is always so humorous, and he used that as like a defense mechanism like for his pain. And Logan is just really aggressive, and it's very yeah. He just attacks and like tells Deadpool to just shut up and everything. It's yeah, they're very different people, but they work really well together, and I love like the relationship. The villain, Cassandra, yeah, she freaks me out as well. She's probably the craziest psychopath in the Marvel. Well, yeah, I don't know. Like you said, she's not like high evolutionary or like Thanos, but she's just, yeah, she is a psychopath. She will, yeah, do crazy things without second thought. And by crazy, I mean bloody crazy things. Like I agree with Emily. I feel like her story could have been explored more. I feel like there was so much more. I mean, we knew like from the trailers and from what we heard, she's Charles's twin sister, but I feel like there could have been something used more with that story, if that makes sense. And my favorite parts in this film was the cameos. Like I try to avoid spoilers or any tweets about what's happening. I know that we had like Lady Deadpool coming in and we had like a dog pool, but like there was other bits that came in. I was like, holy shoot. I was not expecting that. Like you see this one actor came in and it's like, oh my God, that's this character. It's just so great. It was so amazing seeing them back again. And yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but there are some characters that you would probably never expect to see on screen. But yeah, it was so good. I love the beginning. The middle was also great. I feel like somewhat in the ending, I don't know, I felt like I was missing something just a little bit in the final. It was still great. The finale was like kind of took you by surprise, but I felt like it could have been kind of uplifted. But other than that, I feel like the ending was overall really good, and it was an open ending to what to probably more Deadpool films and possibly oh God, I don't want to say anything, but oh, it's just we're probably going to see a lot more of Deadpool, and especially in the MCU for sure. Um, what I want to ask you, Emily, is that how would you rate this film?
I think I'd give it a 7.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a good film. It's definitely better than some of the other stuff that we've been seeing from the MCU, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm gonna get into more on the depth of it in the spoiler review, but I feel like
Hmm.
there was just like some elements missing, and I feel like they could have definitely done a bit more certain parts, and yeah, and definitely like the credit scene was a massive letdown, I think is fair to say. It's probably one of the, I mean, in terms of like funniness, like it's up there. But in terms of like value to like, when you compare it to like, I don't know, when we see in Doctor Strange, just the first one, like the
Yeah.
credit of like Thor coming in, like, leading to Thor Ragnarok. Like, I feel
Yeah,
like I'm missing those kind of credit scenes. So
yeah,
yeah.
I do agree with you. Like, without spoiling anything, I think they should have added something that links to something big, to like MCU or something else. Um, for me personally, I would say maybe an 8, because while there were some things I thought that could have been improved, I do see this as a fun and great film for Marvel fans to watch, definitely. So yeah, that's our non-spoiler review today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're sorry if we look a bit tired. It is like 3 a.m. in the morning in the UK. So we had a lot of progress here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Before you leave though, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine. Make sure it's non-spoilers for those who haven't seen the film yet. Did you enjoy it? How would you rate it? And what do you hope like to see more in the future with Deadpool in the MCU or more? We would love to hear your thoughts. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. If you do, we'll follow you back. That's a promise. Like Emily said, we will release a spoiler review on the film, so make sure you stay updated for that. You can also check out other reviews and reactions to some Marvel, Disney, other stuff we've done in the past. We also done games, pranks, the whole lot. Check them out, guys. And yeah, that's all we have for today. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.